Day 2 is our cat day. We already have 2 little females, and they actually weren't on our list, so I think we'll have a few in today. And particularly with female cats, if they come, you do them, because these little guys breed like crazy. Within a year, they can have 2 litters, and as you can imagine, if they don't have females, they have 2 litters, and in a couple of years, you've got about 400 cats, so yeah, good to get them done.
This is Vet Tales, the story of the Sailing Veterinary Clinic. Last episode, we began our project in San Evaristo, focusing on dog surgeries. This episode, the work continues with some cat surgeries, and we visit Jacob's menagerie. We were anchored in the bay of San Evaristo. This anchorage provides some of the best protection in this area from the northerly winds, particularly this time of year when they can switch to go westerly during the night, which kicks up small swell that can build further out in the channel. This was our second stop of the San Jose Channel project, where we will be visiting 7 communities over the coming weeks to provide free veterinary care to the animals. San Evaristo is the largest of these towns and has a bustling fishing scene, with the fishermen heading out early in the morning with small pungas to begin their workday. Being anchored here for a few days, we began to get into the flow of life in a small fishing village. People are up early before the sunrise to ensure they're out on the water before the afternoon winds pick up. Dawn is spent on the calm waters of the bay, netting for small bait fish. Usually there are 2 to 3 fishermen per boat, one driving and the others throwing and hauling nets. It provides an idyllic scene to enjoy while sipping our morning coffee. Once they've caught enough bait fish, they head out into the channel and past the islands into the sea to search for larger fish. This time of the year, they often catch horelle, which are also known as yellowtail, a delicious meaty fish. San Evaristo and the surrounding communities are part of a sustainable fishing cooperation in this area. The fishermen aren't the only ones taking advantage of the morning bait falls. The pelicans and the other seabirds spend their time in a feeding frenzy. Around 9 a.m, we pack up the dinghy to head in, giving the rest of the town a chance to wake up and catch their cats before they see us.
And one last thing. Heading in for surgery day 2.
Our first patients were 2 young female cats that had not yet had any kittens, so it was the perfect time to get them spayed.
Yeah, listo. She's gonna be tiny. Bien. Day 2 is our cat day. We already have 2 little females, and they actually weren't on our list, so I think we'll have a few in today. And particularly with female cats, if they come, you do them, because these little guys breed like crazy. Within a year, they can have 2 litters, and as you can imagine, if they don't have females, they have 2 litters, and in a couple of years, you've got about 400 cats, so yeah, good to get them done. We set up our surgical site as we would in a full-blown hospital,
having a drip bag to deliver IV fluids, draping patients with sterile drapes, and keeping everything as clean and safe as we can.
You have had the works, kitty. She's been spayed. I notched her little ear so that from a distance you can kind of tell she's been done, or at the very least if vets catch her again, they'll know she's already been spayed. She's had her rabies vaccine, her kitty core vaccine, and I also put some Revolution on her, which will do fleas, ticks, worming. So she's had the works.
This project is funded completely through donations, and we can't do this work without you all. You can help fund the medication and surgical equipment we need by visiting our Chuffed.org campaign. While we were doing the kitty surgeries, Cholo and his little brother visited the clinic for their vaccinations. You may remember Cholo visiting the boat last year when we checked his swollen eye. This is an old injury that had led to glaucoma, and in previous years his eye had been stable. But since we last saw him, the eye has become more swollen and is now causing Cholo pain, so we formulated a plan to remove it, a more complex and risky surgery than we would normally do in these conditions. But we have to intervene before this eye causes Cholo more pain and problems.
No. Ella es más chiquita, ¿no? That sounds more like it. 5 kilos.
¿Cuántos kilos pesan? 6 kilos?
We had a few other dogs pop in for their vaccinations, flea tick and worming prevention, and a general checkup.
¡Ay, es muy rico! Es muy delicioso.
As we were finishing up the clinic, the wind started to pick up, and right on cue, a lot of the fishermen started returning with the day's catch.
Alright, just got back to the boat. We had 2 female cats come in for spaying first thing, so that was good. It's really good to get some female cats done. And then we also had Cholo come in. I've called him Shiloh in the past. I thought his name was Shiloh, but it's Cholo. He is the dog that's had the eye issue, and he's had it for a really long time, but the eye looks a lot bigger now than it did last year. And his owner said he's starting to rub at it, and he's even made it bleed a few times, which means he's feeling it, which means it's painful. So we're going to look at removing his eye. He came in to be castrated today, and I looked at his eye and thought, I think we should remove his eye. It's a much more complicated surgery than doing a castration, and in an ideal world, not necessarily one you do like in the field, but it's the only option we have, and I do feel like his eye, like he needs it. His eye's hurting him. So we talked to the owner about the risks, but we're going to look at doing it in a few days, because we're going to leave and then come back again to here when the wind picks up. So yeah, that's the plan for him.
We also did some checkups, some vaccines, and now we're going to prep some things to go see a cow. I had to look up where to inject a cow because it's been a long time, but one of Jacob's cows has been having some respiratory issues, so we're going to at least go give it a check over, see what's happening, and possibly give it some antibiotics if that's indicated. Okay. Heading in to see Jacob's cow, we think, is the plan.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, as we were going to go get the see the cow, we ran into Moosey, one of the cats that needs to be castrated. So we're going to run back to get the surgical gear, come back to him, then maybe go see the cow. We knew the plan would change. We did know. All right, let's get the stuff we need. Okay, stuffed it up. The cat castration provided some great entertainment for the guys after work. I think they were surprised at just how quickly I could disown him of his huevos. I'm just going to give him his vaccines as well while he's here, since the cats are hard to come by sometimes. With Moosey done, we were off to see Jacob's cow. We first met Jacob in 2023, and at 12 years old, he was already so passionate about animals. He showed us his pets that year and ended up taking us around the entire village to make sure not a single dog missed their vaccinations. Now at 15 years of age, his 2 dogs are as healthy as ever, and he's accumulating his own set of little farm animals that he cares for. We first tried to catch the feral cat that had moved in, but he was a little too wily for us, so we had to go see the farm animals instead. She's got a wet nose, but... Are you snotty, Missy? She's actually not a very big girl, is she? Are you a snotty cow? Y ahorita ella tiene síntomas? No. I'm really not much of a cow vet, but a quick look and it seems she did have some signs of a respiratory infection, including a cough and a runny nose. Next we checked on Jacob's donkey, who was really sweet. She had a few little ticks in her ears which we removed for her. She had a tick in her ear. It's a big one. Voy a matarlo. ¿Es otro? ¿Hay más? Oh, look. Who knew getting ticks out of a donkey's ear would be so fun? This is like the nicest a horse has ever been to me. This is the nicest a horse has ever been to me. Ooh, that's a good spot. Wow. Rocky continued to help us with our patients as we checked over a little lamb.
El huevito. Tenemos que llevar al palo para allá.
Ah,
Para que la lluvia le dé comida.
¿dónde vamos a elaborar?
Ah, ya. Ahorita que venga en la tarde la lluvia, no sé.
Sí, es más por su...
And eventually, Jacob did catch the cat.
Yeah.
Well, the last time I worked with a cow was like a very long time ago at university, and I'm used to dairy cows, and dairy cows are generally pretty chill. I wasn't going to inject that cow. I'm not a cow vet, and I know it's crazy. I work with monkeys and bears and all this stuff, but those I dart from a distance. Wasn't worth getting a horn to the face to inject it. So Jacob's going to do it with his with his brother-in-law, who is used to working with cows. So yeah, we left him the antibiotic to give it. We just got back to the boat. I had all my things like pretty neat, but it's like descended into chaos because it was like the original plan was we'd do all the dog surgeries, then the next day we would do all the cat surgeries, and then the next day we would do vaccinations, revisions, and other things. That's of course not how it has turned out. It's like, it's hard, you know, everybody works at certain times, they are coming and going, like people will fish and will be gone for a few days and come back, so it like everything just gets jumbled. So we did most of the dog surgeries plus a bunch of vaccinations the first day. Today we did some of the cat surgeries and then also went and saw a burro, a cow, a little sheep, caught a kind of a semi-wild cat to vaccinate her. And then tomorrow in theory is vaccination day, but I'm guessing we're going to be focused on vaccines. We know we have a dog, we need to check her ears, but then I wouldn't be surprised if a few surgeries turn up. We've added another surgery to the list with Cholo's eye, plus another surgery to the list with that wild kitty we caught. They thought it was a boy. It's a girl, so we really need to try to get her spayed. But I had all my things organized with like vaccine things and spay things and worming things, and then as people turn up and I'm like, you know, in my vaccine thing, and then like a spay turns up, everything's now all jumbled. Anyway, that's fine. Tomorrow's another day. We've been pretty smart this time. The first time we came, we were like going into the beach at like 8 a.m. and starting. This time we've told everybody 9:30, which gives us an hour to actually go through our stuff in the morning, because you think you're gonna do it in the afternoon, but it's actually already almost 4 o'clock. And we've been working since we get there at 9 to set up, and they were already there waiting for us. So we've been basically 9 till 4. While hiking around like the desert looking for cows and stuff. It's an exhausting day. So we're actually gonna just call it today, jump in the ocean, have a quick shower, and probably read my book or do something very chill, then prep for tomorrow morning, and then go in. That's the plan.
With the wind getting stronger and stronger, it was time to hunker down and rest, and the last of the fishing pungas seemed to agree, heading home as well.
Zucchini, broccoli. I'm going to do that guy. I just had a quick look at Cholo's eye from last year. Yeah, look, I reckon that's a smaller eye for sure. We have video of him from last year. Definitely looks like it's gotten a bit bigger, a bit more swollen. The fact it's annoying him and he's rubbing at it, I think we got to take it out. I watched a YouTube video today while we were connected to one of the little store's internets to remind myself how to do it, because I haven't done it for about 8 years, and the last time I did it was on a bear. But I've done plenty of them. I've done like 7 on a bear and a few on dogs. So yeah, gonna do it.
Thank you for watching. This project has been made possible by our patrons and supporters. We couldn't do it without you. You can help us continue this work by donating, becoming a patron, or by sharing our work with others. Until next episode, stay chuffed, everybody.